Hello then, welcome back to France. Well, sadly it's been a while, my apologies. Anyways, I've been informed once again that my failures are plentiful, since apparently I don't have to trigger a revolution myself. It can trigger by itself, and it should trigger by itself. So basically I've been wasting a ton of points on nothing. That sucks, but anyways, we're going to continue where we left off. I don't think there's too many achievements I can still get. It's basically now waiting for the end of the game. I don't think I'll be making any particular aggressive moves. I think I'm just going to wait till we get close to the end of the game, get to the base, set up a ton of tiny states, and leave it at that, and we'll see how that pans out for us. So basically, I'm going to wait quite a bit right now. There's no good reason to do anything really that's more or less out of line. So I'm going to get those just quickly now, allow time to more or less run down itself. If anything interesting happens, I'll show you. But we will create the client states towards the end, and then we will just allow, the game to run its course. So it'll be interesting to see just how it does, and hopefully I should be done with France before the end of the day, so we can start with the new campaign. So with that said, let's just allow time to pass and we'll see how things go. I just got an achievement, basically, subsidize my love. It's a very simple one. It's basically subsidize 3 allies at a time, more than, basically you have to double their income. And I did that very easily here. I ended up actually boosting, as you can see here, Mapuche, Guarani and Charrua here. And as you can see, they actually started colonizing as a result of that extra money I gave them. So it was actually just the AI needing money that turned out to be the issue. Of course, once I start creating my nations, I'm probably going to get rid of this, but it's an interesting one for sure. And I'm wondering just what will happen here with the Incas, for instance, and things like that. But it's definitely interesting. So, easy way to get that is just wait till late game, find yourselves one province minus that doesn't hate your guts, and ally them. Of course, you can probably do this in India, basically generally Africa and China as well. Asia, Northern, Eastern Europe, Western Asia border. So yeah, it's basically just get a one province minor as your ally and then give them money. But with that out of the way, we'll get back to waiting peacefully and we'll see how things go. We've got the global settler idea here, which gives a plus to, global settlers, which is useful. Other than that, not really, again, much is happening here. Europe is more or less quiet. Nassau had to release Hez, the Hansa, and of course Münster here. Münster will probably have to release Oldenburg, as you can see, thanks to separatists. And there we go, the Mexico treasure fleet has arrived. Now, the looming disaster here will not happen. I'm not using my admin points, though, to actually get the third point I need here. What I'm using is the church. I'm basically waiting for getting my papal influence to a level where I can get it done. 3, 4, 5 here means that our, inheritance, if you will, is safe. We don't have anything to worry about there. And diplomatic tech is now level 31. Naval morale increased by 0.5, and naval maintenance increased by 25%. We also will very soon get the military tech, and we're lagging behind in admin tech thanks to our final set of ideas. But with that said, again, we're not really doing much. I decided to subsidize Mexico a little bit to see if I can make them grow. And the plan is basically just have them grow into a sizable force and see if they decide to, wage war on the area, which would be kind of interesting to just witness. But with that said, again, we're going back to just waiting. I'm planning on probably get the French campaign done either today in this episode or next one, and then tomorrow we'll properly start the next achievement run. So I'm looking forward to that, because again, this game has grown a little bit stale in this French campaign, and that's probably what's keeping me from doing other things rather than what I should be doing. Well, in terms of that, I've also just bought a new game, Nabunga's Ambition, I think it's called. It's basically a game where you play as I guess you could call it a city-state in Japan, and your goal is basically just to conquer Japan in the ancient era. You have to hire people, you have to use through diplomacy, military, anything basically that's available to win. The game itself is a little bit complicated. The ballot is very much simplified, but I might just try and play that a little bit more, and potentially we'll do something here with it. But I'll have to see. Other games I've lately played quite a bit is Ark. Me and a couple of friends set up a server that we currently mess around on. A little bit more than I should perhaps, but it's good fun. So you might get something from there. We've also done a little bit of basically Hunger Games or Battle Royale. Let's see here. We have Olympi the Gorges. Declaration of Rights of Woman and the Female Citizen. By Olympi the Gorges challenges the inequality in our world between men and women. She is a strident advocate for female rights, the right of divorce, and a member of Society of Friends of Truth, which is an association with the goal of equal political and legal rights for women. Her contrat social, social contract, proposes marriage based upon gender equality. Where there is injustice in France or the colonies, you will find her. She's basically anti-slavery and has written several plays, for example, Samoa Mirza and The Marché de Noir, The Black Market. She's basically one of the first equality workers, if you will, if you can put it that way. And she basically wants to have equality for everyone. I guess we'll encourage her to keep writing SCC. That's a pretty good boost. Although late, it's a damn good boost, -1 national unrest until the end of the game. Or potentially for 20 years if I didn't read it correctly. But both basic goes on the same right now. But enough babbling for me. I'll go back to waiting and we'll see how just those last two achievements at the end turn out. Military attack 31, the rifle. Infantry fire +1 and cavalry shock +1. It's pretty basic stuff, but it's useful. And again, we don't really have much happening, so I'll allow things to just run their natural course. Okay, I didn't think I'd ever see this happen, but Ryugu just reappeared from basically Ouchi conquering most of Japan. And I find that quite hilarious, but to be honest, the fact that Ryugu has reappeared is, again, pretty interesting and pretty hilarious. I might have to do something about that. But yeah, just a little bit of fun information there. There we go, the disaster has been averted with basically the investment of papal power for a stability point. They actually completely lost its gain right away. I didn't think that would happen, sadly. I don't think we'll invest anything more here in terms of, well, basically investments towards, well, expansion or anything like that. I think we'll focus on admin tank just catching up. Of course, diplomatic relation +1 could be useful, but we're going to have to add 13 more states and basically give away 65 provinces. So it's going to be a little bit awkward, but what I'm mostly interested in is if I can create basically five province countries here, that could be hilarious, but I don't think we probably can on second thought. Can I create a client state? No. As you can see here, it's basically I can just add it to a trading company. I can't create a client state, so I guess the northern area here, basically Scandinavia, the entire area will turn into a clutter of client states, which should be fine. And again, we'll do that at the end of the game. Well, we do actually have the required points now to invest in a little bit in admin tech here, so we'll do just that. Advanced production gives 10% to production efficiency, not too shabby. With that, we'll again go back to allowing time to pass. We can tech up again. This time it's the Revolutionary Ideas, which is level 31. Admin tech, the Revolutionary Empire, Revolutionary Republic. Now, do I want to change my government? I don't think so. I think we're fine as we are. So, we'll see. This could get, well, interesting. Hopefully we'll have some sort of revolution at the end. And in consideration of that, I should probably move some more through forces Europe-wide or Europe-side, but I think we'll be fine. Shouldn't be any problems. And again, let's just go back to sitting peacefully by and just, well, colonizing French Mexico a little bit. Hilarious enough that there might be another war we have to wage before the end of this game. As you can see here, the Polish kingdom currently does not have an heir. and as such I'm very tempted to claim the throne. I don't think I'll get a Casus Belli. No, I'm pretty certain I won't get a Casus Belli. It'll cost me a bit of prestige, but let's face it, if I want prestige back, all I need to do is to clear one of the Ottomans, kick everyone's ass, and then boom, prestige fixed. So let's claim throne here. It'll cost me 20 prestige. And I actually have a claimed throne Casus Belli right now that I can potentially use. So we will break the alliance, and then we will go to war over the throne, hopefully. And potentially I could potentially do that with someone else too. Let's see here, Bohemia. We could potentially go here for improving relations with both Bohemia and Austria to some degree. It actually won't matter. If anyone here, I'll have to go for Zapalinate, but they don't care for me either. So it's an interesting dilemma at the current, well, stage. But with that said, I should probably not worry so much about interesting dilemmas and more or less just focus on moving my troops into an area where we can take advantage of what I am about to do. Doesn't that sound brilliant, people? Now, I think if they get an heir, I will lose my chance here. So we're going to do this because I think it could be a fun way to end the series. And well, to be perfectly honest, I am bored. Let's face, as I just said so far, wow, sorry, cut there. I've been sitting here for an hour, and basically I have 10 or so minutes, or sorry, yeah, 10 minutes of footage for 1 hour of playing. So yes, this would be a pain in the ass if I didn't do the cuts. But to be perfectly honest, then I'll probably have more things to do too, in some sense. So well, we can argue back and forth what we want to make of that. But anyways, with that said, we're going to go with invading Poland here, and the goal, of course, will be to take the capital before they know what's happening. We have Oldenburg and Milan on their side. Oldenburg is, well, they are decent sized, but let's face it, their troop numbers, they have rebel issues. They will not be problematic. They will not be problematic to deal with at all. I don't think so. So with that, let's go ahead and declare war. We'll lose a stability point. We'll get 1 point of war exhaustion. But I'm pretty sure here we can get this before, well, before everything goes down the drain. So let's just start here with some quick, hopefully, sieges of the outlying areas. We'll hire generals to make it a little bit easier. 5 shock, wow. Again, it's the kind of general you want early game, but you will, of course, never get early game because the game doesn't like you. I do have an heir, so we can do that. Of course, if I get a Regency Council, that's boom, game over for now, but that should be fine. And with this, we'll invade Poland. Now, I do have a lot of diplomatic points I can't really do anything with, so let's just do that. It's the easiest way to get rid of them. And then they don't pile up either. Okay, this could get bad. We need to wipe the multi... Oh, no, Christ, this is going to hurt. Perhaps not. Perhaps we can turn it around. I doubt it, though. Poland does actually have a decent amount of force against me here, as you can see. So, again here, this could get, well, lossfully interesting, and I think that's our cue to leave. We lost basically 40,000, 42,000. They lost barely 24, so our losses were definitely higher. But again, this is something we can afford. They can't, we can. That's the important part. And let's just have you guys siege Milan and just get them out of this. As you can see, even a 24 siege stack is too small to siege my castles, hilariously enough. So, too bad. But if Poland is going to run around now with a basically one big doom stack, I could, in theory, get in trouble here pretty quickly. Jarkand has returned, apparently. Yeah, they're going to run around with just one big doom stack by the looks of it, so it's going to get quite interesting. But again, as long as I take Warsaw here, the war should be over before I end up in trouble. And of course, it would be hilarious to actually get a personal union this late in the game. So I'll fight the war, and if there's any interesting battles, I'll get back to you. We're going to have an interesting battle right from the bat here. As you can see, they will arrive on the 8th of May. I'll arrive on the 11th. So they will definitely cross the river. That's a given. as you can see, between Irisan, there's a river. The terrain is grassland, so other than that, they shouldn't really get any negative modifiers. They didn't actually get a negative modifier. I would guess it's from his maneuver value being as high as it is. But I'm incredibly impressed with the army. They have more disciplines than me, as you can see. And in theory here, if they run out with a 100k doom stack, unless I support my forces incredibly quickly, as you can see, I'm going to most likely lose the war. Apparently the other stack needs to wait a couple of days before it can retreat. But yes, in theory I could end up losing this this war very easily here. Which of course is problematic for someone as prideful as I am. But we're going to continue this next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you later.